And we're live. Hey, everybody. It's 3 p.m. It's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. And joining me today is Tasha and Powell. Hey, Tasha, one of the great food bloggers is going to tell us a little bit about herself as we get started. She's joining us from her home kitchen in Santa Monica, California. But she also has a home in Provence, correct, Tasha?
Yes. Well, actually, I'm in Manhattan Beach, which is
Manhattan. That's right, Manhattan
right
Beach,
down the road.
Correct.
And I do live, yes, part-time in Provence, near Aix-en-Provence.
Yes.
So 3 months out of the year, yes.
And say hello to Lene, Brenda Hogue, and others are watching. So hello to everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Today is a beautiful day. Frankie is here. Frank is home with COVID. He's one of our regular viewers, and he's been really struggling with COVID, but he's getting better, we hear, over the weekend, so that's great. And we are here right now to talk with Tasha. So tell us just a little bit, Tasha, tell me just a little bit about your history.
Sure. Well, I am a culinarian, so I love all things culinary. And I am a food stylist in Los Angeles, but I also do culinary tours in Provence, in Marrakesh, and in Italy. So I kind of have two separate lives, but I love to eat and I love to cook. And I love to have influences from places that I've traveled to influence me every day in the kitchen. And we'll see some of that today.
Well, that's great. Say hello to Stacy Stacy Lewis, who is here. Cynthia Berman is here. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for wishing me a happy birthday. I'm not in my apron today. I just want to tell everybody, normally I'm in my Nanny Bubby apron, but today of all days, MLK Day, we were in the MLK Day parade here in Las Vegas, and my daughter, who is a judge, is running for re-election in 2022. So we had a big float. We were all wearing t-shirts. We were all waving to the people in the parade, and my granddaughter was yelling, vote for my mom, vote for my mom. It was just really fun. It was really cute. But I just flew in the door and I thought, well, one last great day of campaigning, right? Why not show up in my Vote for Harmony Letitia for Judge t-shirt? So I decided, and if it gets a little dirty, I'm okay with that. So there's the story of why. And I'm a very proud Jewish mother who has a judge as a daughter, right? So what Jewish mother would not advertise her daughter the judge? As you could well imagine. So, okay. So today, well, first of all, I also want to ask you, Marrakesh is such a strict and different place to be. I'm guessing making contacts in Provence or in Italy for cooking tours might be a lot easier than finding cooking tours in Marrakesh. So how did you get into Marrakesh?
Well, it was through a referral. So I have a partner, Barbara Pitcher, thus the Pitcher and Powell. My name is Tasha Powell. And Barbara had a friend who was going to Marrakesh quite frequently because she's based in Marseille. And she said to us, if you ever want to do a culinary tour in Marrakesh, I have the perfect riad. It's well located, it's stunning, it's small, because we like small groups, about 12 to 15 or 20 people. So we keep it small. And so it was a referral. And we were so excited. We were like, okay, we jumped on a plane and we flew to Marrakesh and we checked it out. And the location is in the Medina, which is the center of town. Right. And it gets a little crazy in Marrakesh because it's very busy. There's souks, which are markets, and there's artisans who are making things. And once you get away from once you want to get away from all the craziness that Marrakesh is, we found the perfect sanctuary. So it was a referral, and then we did our research.
That's awesome. And this dish that you're going to teach us today is actually a Moroccan dish, correct?
It is. It is. Yeah. With one very special ingredient I know you're going to talk about from Melissa's Produce.
Yes, with the pink pineapple, the pink glow pineapple,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So I just want to follow. Sorry, everybody. Biggie has made his normal 2 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon appearance, but he'll settle down in a minute. If you can hear him barking in the background. I do just want to tell you that we have an absolutely wonderful group of people that follow us and that are here every day. We have a Facebook group called Gather with Nanny Bubby that many people do attend, and they post on. I think you became a member of that this week as well. But we also have a VIP group for everybody who has actually signed on and done some of my courses, and that's a different VIP group. Well, one of our members of Gather that come every day, Lene, has never won anything in her life, but every time we have a contest, by happenstance, she actually wins. You probably saw that on Friday when we were talking about it. And out of 118 entries that Robert would just randomly pull a number, which was 50, and that she was the house. Also, you were housed in a number that he called too randomly. I think it was one. And Lene called me later on and said, Marla, I'm just like, I don't want to win something every time. I was just signing in to be nice and trying to help you spread the word. And she said, I would really love to gift this to one of our other gatherers. And so she reached out to one of the other gatherers, Judy, and I just wanted everybody to know what a gracious gift that was that Lene did, that she just wanted to pass her winning gift on to others, and she chose Judy. And so Judy, I have forwarded your name and address because I had it to Robert, and you're going to be getting your exotic tropical fruit basket this week, as are you, Tasha, because you won also. So we had three winners, which was great. So and Susie says hi, Tasha.
Hi.
Okay, and thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. So shall we start first maybe with the simple syrup, and I can turn the camera around and start making that? How would you like to start? What would you like us to do first?
Well, what I would normally like to do is just do a quick beauty shot. I'm going to switch my camera view real quickly, and I'm going to show you what we're making today, which is it's a pink and yellow pineapple carpaccio. And it's made with I used parts of 2 pineapples, and then I sliced them very thinly. I used a meat slicer, and we'll go into that. I know not everybody has a meat slicer, but there's alternate ways of doing this. And then I made a simple syrup, which is really liquid sugar, and it's really the spices that make this dish. So in the simple syrup, I used fresh ginger, I used cardamom, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of chili, and some lime juice, and sugar, of course, sugar and water. And so I made that simple sugar and simple syrup, excuse me, and I put a little bit on the pink pineapple and the yellow pineapples, and then I decorated the dish with mint and with pomegranate seeds, which really are the flavors of Marrakesh. So I'm going to switch so you can see what I'm talking about.
So the mint and the pomegranate, look how beautiful that is, everybody. And if you look really, really closely, you can see glittering in the middle is not yellow pineapple, but is edible gold. So hit me with a 1 if you've ever seen or heard of edible gold, or a number 2 if you have not. I'm just curious to know how many people watching have actually heard of edible gold. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Susie says it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Susie. So that's really beautiful.
I'll do one more close-up. So I work with a company called Easy Leaf Products, and Lynn Newberg is the founder of this company, and she sells edible gold and silver. And so I've been working with her for about 3 years. And I just have to say, when there's an occasion, and there always is an occasion, but today is your birthday, so we're going to use gold and we're going to celebrate you. It's a perfect example.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yes, because you are golden and you share so much of your culinary knowledge and journey with the rest of us. So we're going to lay a piece of gold leaf on a plate to start with. And I think we're gonna do that first, then we're gonna set it aside, and then we'll go into the simple syrup, and then into carving the pineapple, and then we'll put it all together.
Okay,
So-
all right. So let me set this camera up so that I can, so that you can see what I'm doing. So let me tilt, there we go. So I can't be in the shot because this is a laptop. I can't do both. So, okay, I'm going to start with this plate.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna start with this plate.
Okay, that's great. And then what I have is the exact same folder that you have. So
Okay, great.
tell us what to do.
Okay, so these are our gold leaf from Easy Leaf Products.
I know that so I can't see that in the camera. And there we go. Just hold it up so that we can see. There you go. Okay. And so
You can
careful.
remove one page.
Just
from-
remove one page.
From the
Okay.
booklet.
Okay, from the booklet.
And be very careful. It's very precious. It's very expensive to use, and it really gives your dish a higher level of plating. It goes to the Michelin star. So we want to be very careful with it.
So I'm having trouble, but hold on. So my gold, oh no, my gold.
So you want to just remove one page of it. Do you see how I have one pink
I
page?
do, but when I went to go pull it out, there's a piece of gold that did not have a page behind it. When I pulled this page, there we go. Well, oh my
You want
God.
to take it out of the
Oh, take it out first.
yeah, you want to take the booklet out of the cardboard.
Okay, all right. Let me take the
And
booklet
don't
out.
worry, we're going to use that gold to put on top of our dish, so nothing will ever be wasted.
Okay, all right.
So you have,
Okay.
you have the booklet. Do you see,
Yes.
do you see, you should have it this side up?
That side up? I don't, hold on. Hold on. No, I don't even have that side in this particular, wait. Okay. Okay, here we go. This side up. Somehow they got separated.
And you're going to pull just one page out. Just, you see how I'm holding it so carefully in my hand?
Yes. Okay,
So
let
the
me,
gold, yeah, the gold is up. Yes. And pull the pink sheet. And so you're holding it from the bottom. Do you see what I'm doing here?
yes, but there's no gold in here. Wait a minute. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. There's no gold in here. There's no gold in my sheets.
I
Are you seeing that? Here's one piece.
There's a piece. Why don't you flip it over? I'm going to flip it like this. And it's really like a transfer if you've ever done transfers with t-shirts or anything. And I just flipped it over, and I'm going to use it in the middle of my plate.
I know, but I'm just trying to tell you that this booklet, if you can see, was empty. There's nothing in it. Do you see that?
What about the sheet that you have on your plate there?
Okay.
There you go. So you've got a sheet there. If you flip that around.
Okay. Hold on. Boy, am I having it? It's very sticky, right? It like sticks very easily.
Well, it's not sticky, but it has static cling. So there's
Gotcha.
3 sheets
Okay.
right there.
Yes, I finally found a sheet. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to turn it upside down, right?
Upside down really quickly.
Okay.
Perfect. Press down a little bit
On the sheet.
on the sheet.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Okay, there we go.
Okay, perfect. So we both have a white plate with gold in the center. And when we make this pineapple carpaccio, what we're going to do is we're going to carefully place each slice of pineapple around the gold. And then we'll garnish it with pomegranate seeds and a chiffonade of mint. And it
Now,
really is
what about
delicious.
what about this gold that I kind of ruined? You said we wouldn't be losing it. Then am I sprinkling my sort of leftovers?
Any gold that's you used on the side, I recommend a bamboo tweezers for that because of the static cling, but we will use that later to garnish on top. So just keep it to the side.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I would set that to the side now because you're going to use, we'll use this for plating.
Okay.
So I'm going to just show our listeners what ingredients we're using. I have them all in front of me, but we've got, I know we're sharing the recipe, but we have sugar, we have water, we have cardamom, cinnamon.
Okay. So I have the same half cup of sugar right here in this pot, and do you want me to put it on the burner with water, or how would you like to proceed? And hi, Nancy Cleveland. So nice to see you here. You haven't been here in so long, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Okay. So
it's 20 grams of sugar. So I think you have too much sugar. And it's a half a cup of water.
Well,
so
the way that I always, because I know you did it in European measurement, but the American measurements is always equal parts water and sugar. So when it called for a half a cup of water, I just used a half a cup of sugar.
Okay, so let's just, all we do, it's simple syrup. It's very easy. We're going to put the water in, the sugar in, the cardamom, the cinnamon, the lime juice, the chilies, and
so you're going to put it all in the pot before
I'm going to put it all in the pot. I'm going to do it with you.
Okay. But we're not going to make the simple syrup first and then add it. We're going to add all the ingredients first.
Yeah, it goes so fast because it's such a small quantity. Really, all you have is a drizzle on this carpaccio.
Right.
And so for those who love vanilla, sometimes I put vanilla bean in it too.
Oh, I love that. Okay. How much chili pepper flakes?
For the chili pepper, I used a half a teaspoon.
Okay. There's a half a teaspoon of the, woo, that really looks like a lot, doesn't it?
It's not that much. It gives it a nice kick.
Okay. And here,
and then don't forget the lime.
Yeah. Okay. I won't forget the lime. I'm just want to give this a nice slant so everybody can see it here. Hope you can see that in there just a little bit. Okay. A teaspoon of cardamom, ground cardamom, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And how much lime?
So I use the lime juice from a half of a lime, and it's up to you because I noticed that sometimes you'll get a really juicy lime and a half is fine. And if it's not as juicy, use the whole thing. You can also use the zest of a lime if you like lime flavor. But that's all you do, and then you're gonna cook that until it gets syrupy, which goes pretty quickly, as you know. So you'll have that done in about 5 minutes.
Okay, so if you can all see that right there.
And I'm just going to tell you a little trick that I use. I use a squeeze bottle. So when the simple syrup with all the amazing flavors is finished, I use a funnel and I pour it into a squeeze bottle. And that way I can use this for several days because it'll take a while to go through the 2 pineapples. But
Right.
this is really handy, especially when you're decorating your plates, to have it in a squeeze bottle. But it's not necessary. We can spoon it on as well.
But you know what? I think I have a squeeze bottle. And so let me grab this whisk that I took out. Let me whisk this really quick.
Okay.
And get the cinnamon combined. Is it, you know how dry cinnamon stays? And let me get this onto the fire here. And I will let you just chat with our viewers for just a minute while I grab that squeeze bottle. How's that sound if I can find it?
Sure. Yeah,
I can find it really fast. I think I have eyes on exactly where it is. So I'll let you chat for just a minute and I'll be right back.
Okay, I just wanted to do a shout out to Melissa's and to Robert Schuler, who taught me about pink pineapples, which is called the Pink Glow Pineapple, a year and a half ago. And they're sweet and they're beautiful and they're pink. And right now in North America, the only place you can order a pink pineapple is from Melissa's Produce. And it's just it's such a fun product to work with. Today, though, we're working with the pink pineapple, the Pink Glow pineapple, and the yellow pineapple, because we know that not everyone has access to it. And I will show you another idea once we start plating. I cut navel oranges into a supreme shape, and suprême in French. And so I also did a plate of oranges in the same style. So this is a very typical Moroccan dessert. It's not too sweet, it's fresh, it's flavorful with all the spices, and it's very light.
Let me ask you, I don't recollect you mentioning the ginger, but.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, so you have your microplane. Yep. And I've actually used a peeler, and I peeled the end of it. And then I love ginger, so I used about an inch, and I microplaned that. I had it already done, so I piled it into the simple syrup. But thank you for pointing that out. So you definitely, if you have a choice, always use fresh ginger. You can buy powdered ginger, it just doesn't have the same flavor profile.
It is not.
This is one of my staples.
Ginger or the microplane, or both?
Both. I can't live without ginger, and I can't live without a microplane. So you'll see, Marla, is that starting to get thick?
What?
Is your syrup starting to get thick?
It's just coming to a simmer right now.
Okay.
So let me just give it a quick whisk. And it is just starting to simmer, so it'll start getting thick in just a minute. And I want to add this beautiful ginger that's right here, which I always find the best way to scrape the back of a microplane is just with your finger. What do you use?
Oh, I do the same thing. No ginger left behind is my motto.
Yes. I mean, chef's best tools are clean hands. Isn't that the truth?
That is true.
Okay. All right. So this is bubbling up. And let me move that just so you can see. And we'll let that get thickened. So one of the things that I want to mention that Tasha and I, let's see whoever has said anything. One of the things that Tasha and I both just spoke about is that we're both very familiar with the fact that when you make beef carpaccio, that the key to be able to put that in a meat slicer and to be able to slice it paper thin is for you to be able to freeze it for about 20 minutes before you actually put it in that meat slicer. And that is how they get that meat so beautifully cylindrical in a beautiful cylinder without it tearing and breaking, because you wonder how the heck do they slice it so thin. And the key to that is always the freezing of the meat. And so Tasha and I discussed it, and she's using a meat slicer, did use a meat slicer for her pineapple, but I do not have one. In fact, when I need my brisket sliced, I take it to my favorite deli, Bagel Mania, and ask them to slice it for me, and they graciously do it for me. So I am going to use a mandolin, and Tasha was very concerned about it because she used a mandolin and it cut up the edges of her pineapple. So, but she also didn't freeze it first. So just like when you put it in the meat slicer, it might hold true for that as well. So this is simmering, but not getting thick. What do you think, Tasha?
It just needs a little bit more time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so keep your eye on that.
Okay. Should I pull the pineapple out and you'll teach me how to peel it?
Yeah, yeah, I have one just to sort of demo with you too, but I'm going to let you do all the work on this one.
Okay. All right. Let me turn you back around here. Let me grab that pineapple out of the freezer here. Okay. All right.
So this is the pink pineapple?
This is the pink pineapple.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yes, and it comes in this beautiful box. It's packed like a baby. The box is pink on one end and yellow on the other end. It says the jewel of the jungle, pink glow pineapple. Your treasure has arrived. The presentation is just beautiful. So I wanted everybody to see that. I also wanted to point out that there's no top on the pineapple like you have on your yellow pineapple there.
Right.
And that's because they utilize the tops to regenerate a new tree. So they'll cut off the tops, plant those tops into the soil, and it regrows another tree. So that's why these pink glow pineapples are so rare, that they need the tops to keep growing and growing and growing, and also to keep their, I suppose, to keep their trademark, or to keep their whatever it is that they have there to themselves, right? Because it's a Del Monte only product, as I understand it.
And it's from Costa Rica. Yes,
Costa Rica.
It's from Costa Rica. But to peel this and slice it, so you either need a meat slicer, the mandolin with some cold temperature with a pineapple. And what you want to do is, you've already got the top sliced up, but what you want to do is slice it so it's completely flat here and here. So I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Oh,
and we have a big reveal. I love it.
Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? It is so beautiful.
Okay, so if you have a really flat bottom now, you can put it down on your table, and you'll take your chef knife and you'll cut all the skin off, all the skin off. Just one, yes.
Just like you would think.
Just like you would think. So that's perfect.
If you didn't have a single person to teach you, it would be the exact way that you might think to do it, right?
Sometimes the fruit tells the story for you. And you definitely want to get all the rough bits out, because it's unpleasant if you bite into that. So right. You might want to go back around and check it out.
Okay. You know, you hate to miss any meat, right? So I'm doing it pretty close to the skin, but I can see that you really need to go back around and get off all of those kind of pitty.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a delicacy. You don't want to ruin it in any way.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, that. Oh, you have a large pineapple.
Okay, I'm going to take a bite. Mmm.
It's super sweet, right? It's delicious.
Yeah. Delish. Very good. And it's got a really small core. And I think Robert said you can eat the core. Is that right? Or was it in the South African pineapple that he said that?
Well, you know, I don't remember what Robert said, but I have eaten the core. And it's because I sliced it so super thin. It was,
right.
It was, yeah, I do eat the core.
Let me get just a little bit off of here. Okay. So if the mandolin does not work, which that's pretty thin and nice, but not as thin as what we want, clearly. So let me take this, put it onto the mandolin. I think I'm going to open this up just a little bit more. Let's see, bigger.
And I'm just going to show our viewers again what we're making today, which is a pink and yellow pineapple carpaccio with a gold center, edible gold center, a simple syrup, which is piped around the center here, and chiffonade of mint and pomegranate seeds. So that's what we're making.
All right. So I might really need to do this. Okay, that came out pretty thin, my friend.
Yes. Great
So
job.
Let's try again. This top is not fitting. So I think what I'm going to do is grab fork like this. And I'll guide it with my hands, but I'll just sort of use this as the.
Okay. Yeah, this is where our knife skills come in handy. If you have super good knife skills and you can cut thin, that's great. I tend to do these kind of plates for a large number of guests. So I go to the meat slicer because it's
oh my
fast.
gosh. Look at this.
Let's see.
Just
let's see.
Look at this.
Great.
Look at that.
All right.
Now it still feels, I mean, it feels thicker than like a beef carpaccio. How thick or how not thick is yours?
Well, I'm going to.
I guess it's a lot firmer than it would be if it were, but I'm actually going to make
Marla,
this.
can you look up to the screen?
Yeah.
You can see mine's sort of paper thin.
Yeah. So mine
Try to go for about a 1/16 of an inch.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Okay, ready? We're gonna get this right. One. I'm not one to give it up, you know.
No, never.
Like you said, you're a problem solver. Well, let me tell you, I just don't quit until I figured something out.
That's how I am.
I can't let something get me. I just keep going till I have figured it out. Okay, so now this is thinner. This is got a little flimsy to it, but I still think I can go thinner.
If you can go a little thinner, I'm going to hold another piece. You can almost see through this.
Oh my God. Yes, you can almost see through it. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so this is what we're looking for.
So I want to tell you, well, it scared me just a little bit because when you said that it got really cut up, but I think two things might have been the case with yours, which is you didn't put it in the freezer first. So, you know, there's that. And also maybe yours is not as sharp as mine is. I don't use mine as much as you would think. So, okay, let me do this a little.
That's true. I might have overused my mandolin over the years.
Which is okay.
But I do yes, I am the same way. When I make beef carpaccio at home, I put the filet mignon in the freezer for 20 minutes and it doesn't shred it. So I think that's the secret with the pineapple too.
Okay, so oh my gosh, I think I did it. Look at that. Look at that.
You've got it. Yay, success.
Okay. I'm kind of excited. And yes, the core, whoops, you can barely see the core.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. All right. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit even thinner. I just want to try, right? I'm so excited. I was a little afraid.
Keep going.
Barb is watching.
I do want to point out, is your eye on the simple syrup? Is it okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I turned it off.
Okay.
Thank you. But I did turn it off. Okay. This is really thin now. And I'm getting to the, oh, that one didn't. That one, not quite.
Yeah, it also might be warming up.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts to shred a bit.
Yep. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's see how I did. Look at all this pineapple I've got, which is great because now I get to take a nice bite of it, right? let me just back you up a little bit and try to get a
Yes.
larger view. Okay, so. All right. So this is really nice and thin,
Yes.
really beautiful.
And here's the yellow version. Yes. So they're
Absolutely delicious.
great. So Marla, are you ready to play with me? This is the fun
I
part.
am. I'm a little scared, but I am. Okay, let me.
I gotta tell you, we just met, so I don't know if you have this in your toolkit, but
I don't, but there's something I want, right? Tell me what that is.
This is a forceps, or people say, why is that giant tweezer in your kitchen? Well, it's because I'm a food stylist, and sometimes I really have to play things so carefully, and also it keeps everything clean too. It's like a mini tong, excuse me. But anyway, I have these tweezers in my kitchen, or forceps, and they really help with the plating technique. So you have your plate.
And
I'm
so,
going to put the camera
just
down.
right before you start, Tasha, come back and just tell us, the word food stylist. Tell us exactly what that is.
Well, so a food stylist works on television sets, on movie sets, with the news. We do satellite media tours, and what we do is we prepare the food either for live television or film or for print. I work a lot on cookbook launches, for example, and we prepare the food behind the scenes for the presentation. So it's a very fast-paced job most of the time, and you're always problem solving because you will either run out of an ingredient or you'll have to deconstruct and reconstruct something. But a food stylist is a cookbook author's best friend, or anyone who's producing a food product.
So are you, in essence, are you saying here, listen, I have to be cameraman and, cook and bottle washer here. So, so you're basically saying, let's take somebody like Ina Garten. So perhaps she's a great scientist, meaning that she is a great chemist. She can just feel through her tongue that, or her nose, right, that a certain dish needs just a little bit more acid, or just a little bit more cinnamon, or just a little bit more something. And then she does that, but she herself may not be a beautiful decorative plater. Is that right?
Well, I can't speak for Ina because I haven't worked with her, but let's just say someone of that level. They may or may not be, but the other thing is they may be doing a media tour and they're doing 12 cities in 6 days, and they arrive at a studio and everything has to be prepped for them. It's not that they can't do it themselves, but if everything isn't pre-prepped in 4 different stages, it takes usually a full day of prep and a full morning of
having done it myself for my cooking classes and several other things, and also not having someone to clean up after me, which was the biggest
exactly.
I didn't think that through, but I mean, it is a lot, prepping everything. It took me 2 days to prep it and get it all organized to actually teach it. So, I mean, have there ever been instances where you did food styling for a famous chef that was doing a 12-city tour, and something gargantuous happens? Some are gracious and understanding, and some just say, no one will know, we can make good? Or how does that happen for you?
Yes, I mean, I have done work for very famous chefs, and it seems like the ones that are the most famous are used to substitutions. For example, I worked with one LA chef, and she wanted Asian pears for her recipe, but there were none to be had. There were just absolutely none to be had. And so we called her and said, is there anything else we can use? Because we know you're presenting this recipe, but can we change it up a little bit? And usually everyone is flexible, although some people don't like surprises. So
Yeah.
we do our best to prep and shop for exactly what that person needs. But like anything else, you have to be flexible because things are just not
And so
available.
that famous LA chef, did she understand or did she throw a
She
tantrum?
did. And luckily for us and for me personally, she's done a lot of television. And just like you know that things can go astray pretty quickly. And
Yeah,
she was just very flexible.
that's
So
great.
in fact,
That's,
she was so flexible when we had another chef coming in from Canada and couldn't come because of some travel restrictions. We called her the day before and said, "Can you do a segment for us?" And she said, "With pleasure." And we worked most of the night just getting everything completely dialed in for her. But we knew because she had that personality that she would just be flexible and come in.
yeah.
Yeah. Just like
No,
you, I can see you are very flexible too.
well, I really, I think for me, I think I said this to you the other day when we were just chatting, getting to know each other, because believe it or not, I just met Tasha for the first time a week ago today when she just signed on and started chatting with the rest of you because of my interview with Robert Schuller, who she's known for quite a long while. And she started mentioning her pink pineapple with cinnamon and her the ice cream. What ice cream did you make again? What kind of ice cream was it?
I made passion fruit ice cream.
Passion fruit ice cream.
I'll save that for another day.
We'll do that next time. And I said to everybody, "Oh my God, tag Cynthia Berman because she, does passion fruit." But Tasha just started chatting with the rest of us, and by the time Friday rolled around, I knew we needed to have her on to help teach this pink pineapple recipe. I found her to be so interesting. We became friends like that, and I didn't really see her until Friday. So okay, I'm so excited right now because I was able to cut that pineapple with a mandolin. And as Tasha knows, and all of you, I'm going to be doing this recipe live on Channel 8 on Thursday. So I really needed to learn this recipe and get it down so I knew exactly what to do.
All right, well, I'm going to turn my camera down and we're going to do this together. And I'm using tweezers.
I don't have tweezers, so I'm just going to use my
Okay, so I'm going to put down yellow in the corners on my plate.
Okay,
and we've got the beautiful gold. We have beautiful edible gold, and it's perfect for a celebration. And today it's Maria's birthday. So we're celebrating. And so you can see it's a gorgeous presentation. It's a light dessert. And
so now you're just filling in on
so
top.
now I'm gonna, I have pink pineapple too. So I'm using a little bit of both. I scored today.
Laying them on top, right? Like of each other.
Yes, a slight overlap.
Oh, I really didn't think I would be able to lay this out as beautiful as I am.
Oh yeah, I can see it's gorgeous. Now I don't know if did you cut your mint yet? I did a chiffonade style cutting of mint.
No, I haven't done the mint as of yet.
Okay, well, we can talk about that because while I sprinkle it on, chiffonade means ribbon in French.
Right.
And so what you do is, and I'm sure you know this, but for someone who hasn't done it, you put the mint leaves on top of each other.
Right.
And then you, like this, and then you roll them. You roll them into a
cigar.
Into a cigar. And then you cut very, very thinly here. And so I've done the chiffonade, and you have to do that yet.
Okay, well, hold on just a minute. I am going to clear the pathway here for lay this gold back down.
Pomegranate seeds are one of my absolute favorite
Okay, give
items.
me a second just to rinse this so I can catch up to you here.
Okay.
So for everybody, I would like to know, and I'm sure everybody else would too, because it would have been very helpful if I had those, not tweezers, but what did you call them?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Not the tweezers, but what did you call those tweezers? What was
Oh,
your
I call them forceps.
percent?
You can buy them at a culinary store or online.
And you call them food forceps, or what do you call them?
Yes, you can call them food forceps.
I mean, if I were to search for them, what would I search? What words?
I would search for large metal forceps because large metal. So because mine measure about, I have some that are 10 inches. I have some that are 12 and 14. So
but I would say large metal culinary forceps. Is that what I would say?
Not necessarily. You can try it both ways.
Okay.
You can try it both ways.
Okay. All right. Okay. So can you still see me here? Let me get a little bit closer. And about how many leaves do you suggest there?
Well, I used 8 leaves typically for something like this, but you can cut 4 at a time if you want.
Okay.
And it really depends, do you love mint or,
Right.
I love mint. So, the more the merrier.
Especially this time of year, which I crave it more this time of year than in the summer, maybe because I like the hot mint, hot mint water, but it is dead in my garden. The mint is dead in my garden. It's just the freeze just kind of really impacted my mint. But the great thing is the minute it gets above 65 degrees, the mint comes back like a weed. It's amazing. Okay. So there is my chiffonade or ribbon, as you say. And so now we are going to put the chiffonade mint on before we do the pomegranate seeds, correct?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, so if you can see me. Oh my gosh, this really, it looks so beautiful when you did it, Tasha, that I did not give myself credit for thinking that I could make it look as beautiful as yours, because I'm not a great sculptress or artist. My artistry really is in the science of the food more than in the presentation. But mine is looking pretty good.
It is. It looks great. So there's next is the pomegranate seeds, and I also sometimes put whole mint leaves as a garnish. I just think it adds a little extra. So I'm going to do that on my plate.
And where are you adding them?
Just off center, because we have the gold in the center. I'm just going to hold this up. But don't forget, we have to put our simple syrup with the cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, chili flakes. Can't forget that. So mine is in a bottle that I can shake. Looking good, Marla.
Thank you. Well, the great thing about this is that it's such a delicacy, and you literally can just completely make such a beautiful presentation of this. Now, how would you serve this? Would you serve it as a dessert by itself, as a dessert, as an accompaniment with something else? What would you, let me hold that up for all of you. What would you, or how would you serve this?
Well, I serve that as a dessert, just the way it is.
Okay.
And, I like to do individual plating. So, actually, you know what? I mean, I know it's a large plate that you use, but that's actually perfect for a single serving for one person, because you only have like 10 slices on there, very thin.
got you.
So,
Okay.
so the last thing is you really want to pump up the flavor with this simple syrup. And I just really am putting a little bit on top of all my pineapple slices. And so I just want to show that to you, Marla. Can you see where I put the simple syrup?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
What did you, just with your finger go around where you actually,
I'll just show you like this.
oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Here's my bottle. And this syrup got nice. You would love the thickness of this syrup.
Oh, good.
So this has like a little spout, if you can see on the end of it. So I feel like
Perfect.
I can get it into the bottle.
Can you smell all the spices?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
What delights me actually is the chili flakes.
I know, the chili flakes and the lime juice.
I have gold all over my fingers.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
What do you think I should do with this gold? Oh my gosh. Okay,
Well, for me, if there's any extra on the sheet, because I didn't do the transfer 100%, you can always, and here's another trick, and Marla, if you use a bamboo tweezers, there's less static cling. So
than
a metal tweezers. This is just for the gold. As you can see, I had a little bit left on the sheet. So I'm putting some, I mean, this is really turning this into a Michelin star dish here.
So for this dish, do you think it would be better to get bamboo tweezers? Is it bamboo culinary tweezers? That's beautiful.
Yes, yes. And those, they sell like 3 in a pack online. I can send you the information on that. But that's also one of the staples in my kit too.
Yeah, so what's really beautiful about this is what happened is one of the chili flakes got kind of hung up in there. So
yeah, I always have a skewer. I don't know if everybody can see this. If something gets caught in like a chili flake, I just clear it, because that happened to me too with a skewer. And then Marla, I know some of our listeners might be saying, oh, I don't have any pineapples at home today. So can you show me what you've done with oranges? And I'd love to do that.
Go ahead. Yes, by all means. And that way I can take questions and concentrate. I need a skewer, maybe a toothpick or something, because that chili, I will have to remember to get that for Channel 8, because I'm going to have to go back side here and pull it out.
So I did supreme cuts of oranges with navel oranges, and I made the exact same recipe. Some people find pineapple a little bit acidic, and some people just don't have a pineapple available to them, depending on where they live. And so you can do the same dish with oranges. And since we're talking about traveling to Marrakesh and to Morocco, one of the other flavor profiles or ingredients that's very, very, very popular in Marrakesh is orange flower water or orange blossom water. And I sometimes put a splash of that. I know it's a specialty item, but it really it elevates the dish. So I just wanted to give you an option.
What do you think?
Yay, let's show our dishes. Isn't that beautiful?
It is. I really thought I was going to be somebody that you'd say, oh my gosh, Marla, you're a good cook, you're just not a good stylist. But I think I styled that. I think you're an excellent teacher. You gave me a lot of confidence, and here it is. And even though I had trouble with the gold, I think I figured it out.
And you did. And it takes a while. I mean, I've been working. I've been working with Lynn Newberg for, like I said, for 3 years, and she's taught me a lot of tricks about working with gold. And for example, if you put gold on a piece of chocolate, you can spray it with just a little bit of water so it sticks onto the top of the chocolate. So if it's a very dry surface, but it's great to elevate the presentation and to make your guest feel very special.
Yes, so I have this gold on my finger, and the question is, what does the edible gold actually taste like? So should I put it on my tongue?
Yes, you should.
Okay, let me tell you what that tastes like. I don't even know.
It should be tasteless.
It is tasteless.
It's tasteless.
Yes.
It's really for decor.
It's really for decor. So
It's
there
really for decor.
has zero taste.
Zero taste, and it's completely safe. It's inert. It doesn't react with your body. I use it for cocktails, appetizers, soups, main courses, and I go absolutely crazy on desserts, as you can see. But
Yes.
it really adds so much fun to your technique.
So the name of the place to get this is easyleafproducts.com. You can order your edible silver and your edible gold. Heather is here, my sister. She's wishing me a happy birthday. So thank you very much for that. If you, do they carry recipes on Easy Leaf products for that? For some of it?
I don't believe there's recipes, but there's a lot of photos, so there's a lot of ideas on how you can apply this. So it's for Lynn and Easy Leaf products. It's really about the final presentation.
Right, right.
Tons
It's
of
really
photos of amazing desserts, like I said, cocktails, main courses, soups, everything.
So Judy Wood says that she found that the food stylist idea was very, very interesting, and she loved that idea. She thought those stories were really entertaining. She made a wonderful comment about your story. But one of the things, interestingly enough, and I think I was telling you this, Tasha, is that in our Nanny Bubby VIP group, somebody had asked for some things to do in Vancouver. And one of our followers is in Vancouver, and she said, oh, there's great food tours up here. And one of the person who was asking said, oh, I love food tours. I've done them wherever I go. That's so fantastic. Do you have any recommendations? And she said, yes. To which I wrote, what is a food tour? I had never heard of such a thing, believe it or not. So the weekend before I met you, which is really just 10 days ago, I got a full education on food tours and was told that there's lots of food tours here in Las Vegas as well, which I did not know. And then suddenly you come along, and the first thing that I learned about you is that you are a food tour guide. Yes. In France, Marrakesh, and Italy. And which really inspired me, because I have been talking about possibly putting together a cooking school tour in either France or Italy. But I didn't have anybody I could work through or work with to do it. And then suddenly here you are, you walk into my life. So tell us a little bit about these food tours that you do. And I do want to just preface this by saying this. What got us talking about this, Tasha and I, is that I had heard that Julia Childs has a home in Provence that people have recently purchased and turned it into a cooking school. And I thought, oh my God, wouldn't we all love to meet in Provence for a week at the cooking school and have a fashion show and a few other things that would be fantastic. And Tasha said, I know what you're talking about. So she checked into it. So give us a little bit about your food tours and end up with Julia Child's story.
Well, I've been doing food tours for the last 6 years. I have a partner who's based in Provence, Barbara Pitcher. And so each tour is a little bit different, but it's been customized for each group. But we've had mostly women interested on the tours. So they come to Marrakesh, they come to Sicily, or they come to Provence. they learned how to cook, but we're also learning about the vineyards in the area, and specifically, you know, what's great about the wines, wine pairings. So these women come and they're immersed in learning either the local cooking, cooking from Marrakesh, cooking from Provence, or Sicilian cooking. And it's all quite different. Some of the tours, we also include yoga, and our customers, our clientele have just loved doing yoga in the morning. And then they go out for a cultural excursion. Sometimes it's shopping, sometimes it's museums, sometimes it's going to palaces and temples. So they're immersed into the local culture. Then they come back and there's a cooking class. And then later that day, they are served the food that they actually prepped earlier. So they're a lot of fun, and it's a great escape. So some people just, they want to go away, they want to learn, they want to bond with other people, and they've been great. And La Pichoune, which is Julia Child's former house, was sold a few years back, and it has been converted to a wedding venue and an events venue and a cooking school. It's in Place Cassier, which is not too far from Grasse, not too far from Cannes, or if you know Nice, it's really the Côte d'Azur, it's in that general area. And I know that people from North America still really revere Julia Child, and it would be a great place to learn cooking. However, we can also come up with a custom program for you and your clientele. So anything's possible.
Well, I'll tell you, hey, Tony Lemley, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Lots of people are coming in a little bit late. You missed a great cooking class with Tasha and Powell on this beautiful pink pineapple with edible gold. So anyway, thank you for being here. Well, I'll tell you, I've talked about how many of you would love to go to a I don't know, what's best, like a 5-day? Is it usually a 5-day class, 7-day? What do you usually do? Is it 5 days, 7 days?
Well, you know, if you're going to travel to a long distance, I recommend at least a 7-day class. And then some people want to tour a little bit afterwards, and they stay in Europe or they stay in Morocco. But, you know, 5 to 7 days. And again, it can be really created and curated to a specific group and what their interests are.
Well, let's see. Let me just ask anybody who's here right now and listening, how many of you would be interested in traveling and
Show my plate.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
That's did it fall off?
I had a little drip from the oranges.
Oh, that's okay. It happens. I don't think anybody can see it actually. But there's mine. I just put a 1 in the chat. Let's just see who's interested, and Tasha and I'll keep talking and see if we can put something together. So that would be really great. Someone said, I would be very interested. Let's see who said that. Oh, Lene said that. Well, well, whatever we do, don't give a trip away, because Lene would be the one to win it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's great. Let's see who else. Lene, and I think, listen, these people are just so beautiful and gracious. They come every day. They belong to both of the groups in one way or the other. Look at Lene, who so graciously gave away her winning to Judy. And it
Very
just,
nice.
nothing would be more joyful than to travel with most of the people who attend. So Tasha, I cannot thank you enough. I'm very excited. Thank you all so much for the happy birthday wishes. And thank you for the gold celebratory pineapple in honor of my birthday. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And it's been a pleasure. And you did a great job, and you had a great success. So
I did. I had a little trouble with the gold, but I need to get bamboo culinary tweezers. Is that what they're called?
You do. And I can send you a link. It's just so there's no static, you know.
Okay. I want to see if I can get it Thursday, so that I can take them to the station with me, because I think it would be easier.
You could,
Uh,
Amazon Prime, you can do it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I will right now and try to get him here before Thursday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I can't wait to dig in and taste this pineapple. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And Tasha, you know at the end that we all say spread love like butter. So on the count of 3, if you'll say it with me, 1, 2, 3, go out and spread
Love like butter.
butter. There we go. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.